YouTube, what to do, man? It's your boy Benji back with the crew. If you're new, please don't forget to subscribe. What's going on right now is something that a lot of people continue to find conversations about. And it's typically the people that are tied to the extremely wealthy or famous. In this case, we're talking about Ayesha Curry. Ayesha Curry is the wife of NBA basketball player Stephen Curry, and I guess people would prefer that these people would just sit in a room and muzzle themselves away so that nobody can ever hear their own individual opinions. But because she started talking and the people are upset. Let's hear what she got to say.
Four kids. Did you always knew you wanted a big family?
No. So, I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl and that's it. And I had my eyes set on my goals, and I was never the little girl that like dreamt about the wedding dress and all of that. And then it happened so early in my life. So it's like it's one of those things like you don't know what you actually don't know what you want.
It's so hard also to be the woman in a situation where you're like, men just don't get as much scrutiny. Like they can maybe tell him like your fucking shots suck tonight, but like the looks and all of that is just like not a factor of conversation as much.
No.
Did you talk to Steph about it? Like, or did you kind of keep it within yourself so it didn't?
I do not have a bone in my body that can keep anything to myself. So if it comes to mind, it's coming out. And he's so gracious. Like he tries to resonate with me, but he just can't. And he also comes from a place of like, it's effing stupid. Like, it's not true. So why? And I'm like, but wait, like, listen to how it makes me feel. And he's like, but why does it make you feel like that? It's not real. After we got married, we found out we were pregnant with our daughter so quickly. I didn't even have time to think about what I wanted anymore. It's so interesting. I spent my entire life like trying to work towards something, and then it kind of just disappeared, and I didn't think twice about it. But after my daughter turned 1, I remember there being a shift and being like, I have goals for myself. Like, this doesn't feel right. I love being a mom, but I love doing other things too, and I need to get my shit together and figure out what that looks like for myself now.
If I have a career and I'm not home, like did you experience that?
I still experience that. I still experience that. I'm always in therapy talking about this. If you lose all of those things that were interesting about you, even for yourself, like even the things that made me feel confident and cool, then what are you doing?
My first thought, I don't think that the backlash that she's receiving is indicative of anybody actually paying attention to the clip. I understand that there's certain things that you could take out of context, like for example, her saying that she didn't expect that she was going to have kids. Yeah, I mean, if you didn't think you were going to get married, you probably didn't think you were going to have kids. You probably didn't think you were going to get married and be in the situation that you were so early and so soon. Most people didn't expect Stephen Curry to be one of the best basketball players ever. So nobody expected him to be this super famous basketball player, somebody who's going to be transcendent in the game in regards to the way the basketball game is played, and that was going to completely change your life as an effect. I think a lot of people are upset because they believe that the end all be all should be for her to have a bunch of kids. Her husband's ultra successful, and she just sits in the house and is quiet. Yes, there's plenty of people that don't really have an identity of their own. I think that that's probably true, and there's probably a lot of people that really feel like that's what their purpose is here on earth, and that would have been a fulfillment for them. But like you said, she was heading this path in this direction, and somewhere there she met Stephen Curry. They did what they did to eventually get to a position of dating/marriage, and then kids came out of it. His success came from that, and then she continued to blossom. I think that some of this story has to be, dated, because I mean, she's done plenty of things on her own. Like, she's been cooking, she's written books, like she's had plenty of success on her own. I gotta hear what the internet has to say about this. She's trying to have a layered conversation about finding your identity, being with a superstar husband, and being a mom. But y'all too stupid and biased to digest the talking points. This one got a lot of reposts. Let's check it out. I see what you were saying. I'm just tired of her talking about it. Like, girl, go find that identity instead of talking about how hard it is. Sure. Yeah, for the fifth time, we get it, lady. Steph's millionaire salary somehow stopped you from achieving your goals, blah, blah, blah. No one coerced her to get married. Honestly, I miss when we didn't know anything about celebrities. That's probably true, too. Really. That upped the mystique. This is a valid point, but if you follow all our previous statements, you know it's more than that. Let's hear some of our previous statements.
Oh, this sounds weird, but like male attention. And so then like I begin to internalize it and I'm like, is something wrong with me? Because I don't want it, but it would be nice to know that like someone's looking.
Other thing, but my husband really loves my feet.
Oh, I love that.
And so like the light was hitting him just right that day. When he says to send nudes, like that's what he's getting, a picture of my bare feet.
I think there's a lot of people that would be like, you're Steph Curry's wife. Like, go sit in the stands and like he makes so much money, just be happy. Yeah. And so there's the one, why are you working question, and then there's the two now that you're bringing up of like people maybe assuming, oh, is she getting what she's getting just because she is this guy's wife? How does that make you feel when you hear those comments?
It feels crazy. And actually what you just said, like I recall like sitting there, you said in the stands, a reporter actually literally said on live television she needs to sit there and look pretty like other people. And I just remember being like, whoa, people can't see past like the surface one sheet.
Or you know what? They don't want to.
They don't want to. But I'm going to keep trying. He said he wanted to be a high school basketball coach. I thought I was going to be like the girl out there getting it. It was weird. And sports fans are so different than like maybe entertainment world fans. And oftentimes it's like very ruthless. And so I think I wasn't expecting that. I remember like one time right after my first was born, she was whiny, so I was like, let me just nurse her in the back seat. And Stefan was putting a bike or something in the trunk. And this woman like opens the car door and she sticks her head in and she's like, I just wanted to see the baby. And I'm like, excuse me. And she looks me dead in my face and goes, oh, honey, you know what you signed up for. And then like shuts the door on me.
That's insane. But I mean, am I tripping to say that she has the validity to be able to express some of the things that she believes and some of the tough and complex things she's had to walk through in order to allow this particular relationship, this strange off relationship, to thrive? Because again, this is not like a relationship that many people have. Not many people are going to be the level of famous that Stephen Curry is, as well as the level of rich. And she's his wife, trying to navigate through that life. Navigate through immense twists and turns. Stephen Curry, while he was a nice basketball player, he obviously was not ranked highly. So him going to the NBA was a long shot. And him being the player that he was today was an even longer shot. So I don't think that it's invalid for her to talk about the other end of the shtick. That I wasn't here for the money and I wasn't here because he was, golden goose or something like that. I think that she has some validity to express her emotions and feelings. I think that at the end of the day, she can be clipped out of context. And she's deep into the game at this point. I know that she went online a couple years back talking about the NBA finals being rigged and all these other things. And I think we're just in the age of clickbait and moments to which anything that you could say out of context could be taken and viewed a certain way. Exposing his foot fetish, though, that was pretty crazy. The backlash Ayesha Curry gets whenever she expresses a relationship shows how ingrained misogyny still is. The idea that a woman, even one married to a superstar, isn't allowed to express vulnerability without being attacked reveals how little people view women as humans. I don't think people are viewing these women in particular as humans, but even akin to the story that she just mentioned, I think a lot of people don't believe that she should be worried about being the center of attention when she's married to this person who's a superstar. As a woman, I find it tasteless to speak about one's husband for the sake of attention. She sounds ungrateful and full of excuses for not pursuing professional goals. Plenty of women with a lot less resources find the time and effort to put in their careers, and it shouldn't be difficult for one considering her wealth. I think at the end of the day, she's trying to find some relatability in what she's got going on, but again, she's just in a unique situation that I don't think a lot of people could relate to. So she has all the opportunity, resources, and availability to, like you said, deeply pursue her own ventures and endeavors. I mean, again, she is accomplished, like really reality TV show chef. She's done her thing. Books, all that. Ayesha Curry is saying and feeling as a lot of women say and feel. See and respect me for who I am, my wants, dreams, and desires, because I'm important too. My life doesn't have to include marriage and kids to be fulfilled. When who, what, and when you love is not reciprocated, it's unfulfilling. Nothing inherently wrong with what she said, but Steph literally has millions of people that hate everything about him simply because he's good at basketball. So to insinuate he doesn't understand what it sounds like is ridiculous. That's true. But again, I don't know. It's different, bro. When you're in different shoes, some people just can't compartmentalize. He doesn't have an idea of what it's like to be Ayesha Curry or to be hated for the things that her husband does. That's true. Plenty of people are probably against her solely because she's Stephen Curry's husband. Like, this video doesn't even get made if she's just Ayesha Curry working at, as an accountant or at a law firm or anything like that.
Like, she didn't really think that he was even the best for real. Like, she was like, what's the hype about? Like, she boldly said this shit out her fucking mouth about her own husband that she has kids with.
I don't know why the music's so loud.
That is. She sat there, she married the guy beneath her because she knew it would be easier to be with him because of the things he would bring her. And she still can't seem to be satisfied because it has nothing to do with the physicality of how comfortable life is. It has everything to do with the attention. She craves attention.
It's something internal.
That interview a couple years ago talking about something. She wished men just try to just talk to her and come at her. She doesn't get that attention. She looks at her husband each and every single day. She looks at the man he looks like physically, and she's like, how are women throwing themselves at you? And
I think that's the thing too. I think a lot of people just have a hubris about them that they just have to get rid of, or they have to at least go through a certain period of life. And it's unfortunate because you have a lot of younger women that are like, oh, you got to be able to be young and live. And some of the older women are like, oh, if I was your age, I wish I would have done this and that and that. Because FOMO is a real thing. And a lot of people really wish they were there. A lot of people really fear missing out. So I know that the attention that I have now could probably be even more immensely insane had I at least gotten the opportunity to live out my fantasies and do whatever. And again, that may not be like, anything with a partner, but it could just be a bunch of things that she just feel like she didn't be able to experience since she was thrusted into adulthood and the life of a mom very, very, very early. And she's seeing maybe a lot of her contemporaries doing all these other things child-free, without the responsibilities and weight that she has on her shoulders, being that she's married to a superstar, additionally that she has a name for herself that she has to maintain, and additionally be a parent to 4 children, I think they have. She feel like she low-key settled. I can assure you, had Steph been the one who got away, she'd probably let us know and remind us they used to date. That's probably true. She low-key honest on it because you think about Steph at Davidson. Freshman year, sophomore year, she probably like, okay, he not going league. And she was already in Disney circles. The national news got a hold of a jumper and she was arrested. This sounds like Brittany going to court to increase the child support because she cannot provide the same lifestyle as her son, or to her son as a father can. She wants to compete with him with his own money through the child. That could be true. Some people are in direct competition with the people around them. That's very true. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. At the end of the day, all you can do is wish the best for these people. Again, we don't know them and the intricacies of their relationship. But from the outside looking in, there are plenty of conversations that could be had, as a lot of people are trying to figure out relationships.